You live life on your own terms, unapologetically and with fierce independence. You never needed anyone to complete you, you've always been whole on your own. When it comes to them, it's not about need, it's about want. And that distinction makes all the difference. Wanting someone is a conscious choice, a declaration of desire rather than dependence. You chose them, not because you had to, but because something deep inside you was drawn to them. That power, that clarity, that sense of control over your own heart is exactly what they see when they look at you. To them, you're a wild woman, untamed, untethered, and utterly captivating. There's a fire in you they can't extinguish, a freedom they both admire and find intimidating. You want to run wild and free, to dance in your truth without constraints, without anyone trying to mold you into something you're not. And yet, despite your fierce independence, or perhaps because of it, they find themselves drawn to you even more. To them, you're difficult to catch and even harder to keep, but that only fuels their desire to care for you. They don't want to possess you, they want to protect the light in you, to nurture the parts of you that rarely let anyone in. Your presence challenges them in all the right ways. You've set high standards not just for others, but for yourself. You've put in the inner work, endured storms that could have broken you, and emerged more grounded, more whole. You've refused to lose yourself in someone else, especially in love. This time around, you made a conscious effort not to become obsessed or overly invested, and your person sees that. They see the effort, the grace with which you've reclaimed your emotional sovereignty. It's not lost on them how much discipline it takes to feel deeply and still hold yourself back, to want someone and still not chase them blindly. They're watching you more closely than you realize. Every choice you make, every pause, every withheld text, every silence, speaks volumes. And they admire you for it. They admire your emotional control, your resilience, your unwillingness to be taken for granted. You've become someone who only invests where love is mutual, where energy is matched, where intentions are clear. You no longer pour from a full cup into one that leaks. You've learned to protect your heart, and they know it. Deep down, they recognize their own role in the distance that's grown between you. They know it was their hesitation, their fear of vulnerability, their silence when words were needed, that made you pull back. You stopped calling, stopped texting, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. You didn't want to become a burden to someone who couldn't hold space for your love or emotions. You weren't going to beg to be understood, or stay in a place where you felt unseen. And yet now, they find themselves longing for your presence more than ever. They're desperate to bridge the gap, eager to peel back the layers between you and deepen the bond that still lingers beneath the surface. There's so much they've held back, things they wanted to say, truths they wish they had the courage to speak. But something has changed in them. This time, they're not letting their past define how they show up. They're done letting old wounds dictate new beginnings. They want to give you everything, their vision of lasting happiness, of love in its purest form. You are their 10 of Cups, their ultimate emotional fulfillment. They don't just want to be close to you physically, they want to claim you in the most sacred way, through commitment, through intimacy that goes beyond the surface. They want to love you with full rights, to stand beside you not as someone who owns you, but as someone who chooses you, every day, without hesitation. You've stirred something in them they can't ignore, something that urges them to step up, to show up, to be better. And they're ready now, more than ever, to face their fears and offer you the love they once withheld. They're no longer looking to tame your wild heart, but to run with it, to match your energy, your passion, your fire. They want to be the one who stands beside you, not in front of you, not behind you, but as your equal, your partner, your lover. So here you are, two souls orbiting each other, each changed by the pull of the other. You, standing in your power, loving from a place of wholeness. Them, awakening to the kind of love that requires courage, presence, and honesty. The story isn't over. In fact, it may just be beginning, with eyes open, hearts ready, and love that's finally learned to speak. Please forgive me for all the delays in our connection. I know it may have seemed like I disappeared or turned away, but that was never the case. The truth is, I needed to step back and work on myself first before I could reach out to you again. I realize now that if I hadn't taken that time for personal growth and healing, I would have only ended up hurting you more. And the very last thing I want to do is cause you pain, especially you, the one who means more to me than anyone else ever has. You are my twin flame, the person who mirrors the deepest parts of my soul, and I love you more than I have ever been able to express. There's no one else who even comes close to you, no one who has touched my heart in the way you have. You have always stood out, always been set apart from the rest, and the love I feel for you is profound, unwavering, and irreplaceable. I hope that one day soon, I will be able to say all of this to you in person, to look into your eyes and let you see for yourself just how much you mean to me. This distance between us has been excruciating. Every day that passes feels heavy without you. There's an ache in my heart that I can't shake, and no matter how busy life gets or how much time goes by, I feel your absence in everything I do. It's been unbearable to be apart from you, and there's this deep, persistent urge inside me to finally speak my truth, to tell you how I really feel, without fear, without holding back. I just hope, with all my heart, that when the time comes, you'll be open to hearing me out, to receiving what I have to share with you. I'll admit, I'm scared. There's a nervousness that comes with being vulnerable, especially after everything that's happened between us and everything I've had to face within myself. But I also know that this vulnerability is necessary. It's the bridge we need to cross if we're ever going to build the kind of connection and love we both deserve. If we are ever to have a happy, fulfilling, and successful relationship, we have to meet each other in that space of honesty, openness, and trust. And I am finally ready to do that. The love I feel for you is not just a fleeting emotion, it's what propels me forward every single day. It's what has driven me to make these massive changes in my life. You inspire me to become better, to heal, to grow, and to rise beyond the limitations I once placed on myself. Please forgive me for keeping you waiting, for not showing up sooner, for not being able to express all of this before. But please also trust that everything I've done in the meantime has been for a reason, so that I could be worthy of the kind of love and connection we share. I promise you, you won't regret giving me another chance. I haven't forgotten about you, not even for a moment. In fact, you're all I think about. You're in my thoughts when I wake up, throughout my day, and when I lie awake at night wondering what you're doing, how you're feeling, and whether you still think about me too. I long to feel the way I did when we were close, to relive the moments that made everything feel right in the world. I want to see you again, to hear your voice, to look into your eyes and feel that spark between us come alive. I want to go back to the way we used to talk for hours, laughing, dreaming, sharing parts of ourselves we didn't show to anyone else. I want all of those moments back, not as memories, but as real experiences we can share again. The connection I feel with you is unlike anything I've ever known. It's magnetic. It's emotional. It's spiritual. It's as though our souls speak to one another, even when words fail us. And because of that, I could never let you go. No matter how much time passes, no matter what life throws our way, you're still the one I hold closest to my heart. There is no one else, there never has been and there never will be, who could take your place. You are not just someone I once loved or someone I hope to love again. You are the one. My one and only. You are not an option, a maybe, or a fallback. You are my ultimate destiny. So, as I prepare to come back into your life, I ask only for your understanding and your open heart. I ask that you listen to me when I speak my truth. I ask that you see me, not as the person I used to be, but as the person I've become, the one I've fought to become for you, for us. I still believe in us. And I still believe that our story isn't over, not by a long shot. In fact, I think the best chapters are still ahead. And I can't wait to begin writing them with you. I need to begin by offering you a sincere and heartfelt apology, for many things, more than I can count. I've carried this weight in my heart for a long time now, and it's time I say what I should have said much earlier. I am truly sorry for not giving you the place you deserved in my life. I made the mistake of prioritizing others over you, of giving my time, my attention, and my energy to things and people that didn't truly matter, not in the way you did. I see it now, with painful clarity, that I planted seeds in all the wrong places. I invested in relationships and situations that only drained me instead of nurturing what was real and beautiful between us. And now, I'm paying the price for my blindness, my mistakes. Because in the process of chasing illusions, I lost the one thing that was ever real to me. I lost you. You were the most precious person in my life, and letting you slip away is a regret that sits with me every single day. No matter how much time has passed, no matter how much distance stands between us, I still love you, with a depth and sincerity that hasn't faded. If anything, it has only grown stronger with the silence. I remember how alive I felt when you were beside me. You brought a kind of peace and happiness that I've never known before. Your presence grounded me, uplifted me, and reminded me of what truly matters. The moments we shared still echo in my mind, your laughter, your kindness, the way you saw me in a way no one else ever did. Even when I didn't deserve it, you loved me with a heart so pure, so open. And I took that love for granted. That's something I will always regret. I know that after everything, you might not believe me when I say this, but I'm reaching out to you because I still believe in us. I believe that what we had was not ordinary, not something that can be erased by time or silence. We were meant to be something more than just a memory. We were meant to grow together, to heal together, and to walk through life hand in hand. I know it may sound foolish to some, but in my heart, I know we deserve a second chance, a real one, built on honesty, understanding, and love. This separation, as painful as it has been, has taught me more about myself than I ever thought possible. It has stripped away the distractions, the noise, and the ego that clouded my judgment. And in the quiet, I found clarity. I found the truth, that you are not just someone I loved. You are the love of my life. And despite the absence of words between us, I've been trying to communicate with you in other ways. I've been sending you my thoughts, my hopes, my love, telepathically, spiritually, in every silent prayer. I've been trying to tell you that this isn't over. That we're not finished. That deep down, something still connects us. Please don't give up hope. I know things haven't been easy for you, and I know I've added to that pain. But I want you to understand that I haven't been idle. I haven't been passing time and waiting for things to magically fix themselves. I've been working hard, on myself, on my life, behind the scenes, in silence. I've been taking steps to become someone who is worthy of you. Because if I ever get the chance to be by your side again, I want to be the one who lifts you up, who brings peace to your life, who makes you smile the way you used to. I want to be the reason your days feel lighter, your heart feels safer. You deserve happiness, real, lasting happiness. And I want to be the one who gives that to you. I want to take away the pain, the struggle, the burden that you've been carrying. I want to be your partner, your peace, your home. I know I failed you before, but I am not that same person anymore. I've changed, not for show, not for anyone else, but because I had to. Because losing you forced me to confront my flaws and start becoming better. You are my real lover. You are my true happiness. And even though we're apart right now, you remain the center of my heart. I still feel you with me, in my thoughts, in my dreams, in every moment I wish I could share with you. I love you, completely, endlessly, and without condition. If you can find it in your heart to listen, to believe, and maybe one day, to forgive, then maybe, just maybe, this story doesn't have to end here. Maybe, it's just the beginning of a new chapter, one where we finally get it right.